nationally. I think they are onto something, and we're going to talk about that later.
Excited to hear more about that, certainly. Well, happy Wednesday, everybody, in Northeast Ohio. Just this beautiful day that we're having. It's great.
Wink, wink.
I'm Betsy Kling alongside Jay Crawford.
Great to be with you, Betsy, and with you as well. A very good Wednesday afternoon. Obviously, this is a very big week for all of us here in Cleveland because of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony that's happening at the end of the week. Later in the show, we have info on a contest whose sole job is to find the rock stars of the future, the musical stars of the future. That's coming up in Pop Break.
Well, we know Clevelanders love to get out and about and see what's happening around Northeast Ohio, and we're going to start with a little bit of a different team, not the Rock Hall team.
Yeah, a much different team, or two teams by the same name, if you will. We start today at 5 with some developing news about our baseball team, formerly known as, of course, the Cleveland Indians. Their plan is to play next season under the Guardians name.
And today, a Cleveland roller derby team, also named the Guardians, sued the ball club to stop it from using the name. Mark Namick has been following the legal fight, and he has the details.
Leaving behind a name emblazoned on its uniform since 1915, the Cleveland Indians announced in July it planned to rebrand the team next season as the Cleveland Guardians.
Everyone is working together now to keep the Cleveland Guardians in town for the next century.
The move meant to put behind the long-standing controversy over the use of a Native American name and images. But the ball club now finds itself in a new controversy triggered by a federal lawsuit. It charges the soon-to-be Guardians team is infringing on another Cleveland team name and logo. The Cleveland Roller Derby, established in 2013, filed the suit, saying the ball club has long been aware of its claim to the name and logo that features the winged Guardian statues on the Lorraine Carnegie Avenue Bridge.
Well, I mean, until a few months ago, the Cleveland Guardians meant one thing. It meant roller derby. And in July of 2021, the Cleveland Indians changed that entirely with a single announcement. They blasted a longtime Cleveland roller derby team into oblivion.
The lawsuit says the ball club failed to make a reasonable offer to buy the rights for the name and co-opted it anyway.
I love baseball. And the last thing that we wanted to do was file this lawsuit. You asked about timing. The Cleveland Indians told us that they wanted until 5 p.m. on October 26th to extend a proposal. We wanted this wrapped up a long time ago.
The baseball team said it made the appropriate moves as far back as April to trademark the new Guardians name. After the ball club's July announcement, the roller derby sought its own trademark protection, though the roller derby argues it still has rights to the name.
The trademark rights in the United States, they arise from use, not from rushing into a filing somewhere. And the roller derby team has been using this name for 7 or 8 years continuously.
Now, the Cleveland baseball team just issued a statement, and here's their response. They said, quote, "We have been and continue to be confident in our position to become the Guardians. We believe there is no conflict between the parties and their ability to operate in their respective business arenas."
All right, interesting.
And Jay, just a few minutes ago, I spoke to a case law professor, Aaron Perzanowski, who said that this will come down over the issue of whether there's confusion between the two teams. Will someone think the roller derby team is the baseball team and vice versa? And that's where the legal fight's going to play out.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a while because we have known that this was coming. The Indians knew the Guardians existed. They reached out to them. They acknowledged that they knew about their presence, made them what the Guardians, the roller derby team, felt was an insulting offer to buy it from them. Ultimately, though, this fight will come down to
that issue of confusion. It is not an issue of whether or not who filed paperwork first. In this case, the law is pretty clear that if you are using that name, you've established it. Now, you can let it sit and at some point, 3 years under federal law, lose it. But I think we're going to see this fight, and you see it in their statement from the Cleveland Indians Guardians, that they're saying, we think we can operate in our respective arenas, meaning no confusion.
So meaning they both will be the Guardians. It's just we have the roller derby Guardians and we have the baseball Guardians.
But the easiest way to make this go away, Betsy, is probably to write a check that both sides can live with.
And you would think that would be coming sooner than later because the Indians, soon to be Guardians, don't want to lose out on that holiday merchandise season. And if any kind of hold is put on them using the name, they can't sell those shirts, jerseys.
And that season starts now.
We're in it.
Goodness.
All right, Mark, thanks.
Thank you. Well, it's been a long time, but many in Northeast Ohio certainly remember it well. Today marks 32 years since Amy Mihalovic went missing. Her body was found months later. Now, decades later, it's no word on her killer. Manny Abraham joins us now, where people are coming together for a 1-mile walk to honor Amy. Hi, Manny.
Hi, Betsy. Yeah, it's just a few minutes away before they start this walk, but you can see behind me already more than 100 people have come by. 200 expected to join this walk today. It was on this day back in 1989 when Amy went missing, and months later her body was found in Ashland County. She was just 10 years old at the time. Now, the 1-mile walk, which will go from the Bay Village Middle School, that's where Amy was a student, to the shopping plaza where she was last known to be. Organizers of the walk hope this will bring more attention to her case. They're also accepting donations for the Amy Mihalovic Fund. They say that's going to be used to pay for resources to help solve the murder, like DNA testing. Investigators are looking into any tips that come in. Really, the point here is to bring attention to her case, hope someone comes forward with some answers, and ultimately to get some closure. I'm Manny Abraham, 3 News.
And the investigation continues. We have not forgotten her. Thanks so much, Manny.
Well, now on your feet at 5, the CDC has changed its guidelines regarding booster shots for certain individuals. There is a major drug shortage you need to know about, and Pfizer is already manufacturing child-sized doses of vaccinations in anticipation of children's approval.
So we turn now to senior health correspondent Monica Robbins with the latest on all that. Still a very busy day for you.
Everything changes constantly. Yeah, but let's start with the CDC updated booster guidance. So this impacts those over age 18 who are moderately and severely immunocompromised. The CDC now says those individuals who had the Pfizer or Moderna shots, including the 3rd booster, can get a 4th booster shot 6 months after their 3rd of any of the vaccines, including the Johnson & Johnson shots. So for these folks, their 3rd shot is actually considered an additional dose, but the 4th shot would be considered their booster, and they would receive a half dose in these cases. What you need to do, keep it simple, talk to your doctor if you happen to be in this group. Meanwhile, Pfizer already producing pediatric doses of its COVID-19 vaccine for children 5 to 11 years old. Yesterday, an FDA panel approved the vaccine, but the FDA still has to issue an official decision. Then next week, the CDC will take up the issue. The child-sized doses have orange lids, so they won't be confused with the adult doses. And if they get the green light, they'll be ready to ship them immediately across the country. The government already bought 65 million pediatric doses.
Wow. Okay, what's this drug shortage all about?
Yeah, you may have been hearing about this. First of all, we've had drug shortages for years, but the FDA has about 113 medications on its shortage list. This is the worst it's been since 2011, when that shortage was twice that amount. So the top drugs in short supply are for chemotherapy, heart conditions, and antibiotics. And most of the shortages are due to pandemic-related logistical issues, including trade restrictions. But hospitals are able to swap out drugs, and our local systems tell me they are not in a crisis situation, but they are dealing with those shortages. So it is something that you need to talk to your doctor about, but in most cases, we're talking injectables, the types of things that the hospitals would be using. So, and the better news is that a lot of times these interruptions are short term.
Thank goodness. Still so much going on, and I'm sure we'll be chatting some more pretty soon.
You know it.
Yeah, we'll see you tomorrow, I bet.
You got it.
Thanks so much, Monica.
Thanks. Well. Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield missed Thursday's primetime game, a win against the Denver Broncos. He missed it, of course, because he was suffering from that shoulder injury.
And the Browns won the game, of course, thanks to the help of backup QB Case Keenum. But today, lots of questions about whether or not Baker can play Sunday against the dreaded Steelers.
Is he going to play? Look into your crystal ball.
Do you want me to be honest with you? I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I have no idea if Baker Mayfield is going to play on Sunday against the Steelers. But here's the good news. Neither does Baker Mayfield, and neither do the Browns. Now, here's what we do know. Baker did practice today, okay? He was out on the practice field for the Browns, did not practice on Monday. The team had off yesterday, but he did go through everything today. He was a full participant at practice today. Now, the Browns quarterback obviously wants to play. He made that clear today, but he's dealing with that torn labrum in his non-throwing shoulder, along with a fracture now. So Baker Mayfield, he spoke before practice today. Here's what the Browns quarterback had to say.
I'm looking at taking it day by day. I think you guys know how I am. I want to be out there playing, and like I said last week, if a situation where I would hurt the team if I was out there playing, I'm not going to do it.
So there you have it. I mean, we don't know if he's going to give it a go, but he gave it a go at practice today, and we're going to see where he's at. If he cannot go, it will be Case Keenum, who filled in against the Denver Broncos. They won that football game, and I thought for the most part he played pretty well.
He didn't mess it up.
He did.
Right?
He didn't. We won the game. That's a really big deal. We have a decent quarterback who can get us down the field.
A reliable backup.
That's the thing.
He's one of the highest paid backups in the NFL.
Right.
Well, that's the thing.
So
I mean, he's making.
He started more games in the NFL than Baker has.
He did, and I think a lot of people may have forgotten that only a few years ago with the Vikings, he led them to the NFC title game. That was the year the Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl. But yeah, he played pretty well. So we'll see what happens. Maybe we have more information tomorrow. I think we'll definitely have an answer by Friday. So we'll see.
I think there's just some common sense that needs to be injected into the conversations with Baker sometimes. Like, he won't be happy until his arm is off. And then maybe he can't play.
Okay, I'm out.
But even then, he'd be like, no, we'll just put some tape on it. I'm good.
Well, to that point, we were laughing earlier today because in the sports world, everybody's guessing on the health of the player.
Right.
He's the only guy that knows that. Now, we know he wanted to play last week. The team overruled him.
Right.
I will say this. If I'm hedging bets here, I think it's a better sign that he will play Sunday, that he practiced today.
Sure.
Than had he not have practiced.
It absolutely helps. And there's some people that have said, well, should he even be playing right now? I mean, shouldn't you just go to Case Keenum since you have a reliable backup, make sure he's okay? The thing I'll say is, this guy is the guy that gives you the best chance to win.
Right.
And the Browns know that.
Sure.
Was Case Keenum fine? Sure. But, Baker Mayfield is your top quarterback on the roster. The only thing you got to be careful of, though, if Watt or one of these Steelers defenders land on the shoulder and it pops out again, you're dealing with this even longer here. So it's a fine line that you're playing with.
Risk reward.
Absolutely.
Which is bigger.
That's right.
Well, we'll see what they do on Sunday, one way or another.
I'll be back at 5:30. We'll have some more info and we'll hear more from Baker. How about that?
That sounds like
probably the way to play it.
Right.
You got it.
Thanks, Nick. Yep. Next on What's New, there's a new program in Northeast Ohio that is built to help make sure students of color are not overlooked by some of our most prestigious universities nationwide. We have details on that plan next.
And Matt, of course, is going to join us with the latest on the forecast. Hi there, Matt.
Yeah, hi, guys. Stubborn clouds across Northeast Ohio. Models nailed it over the last couple days, but, sometimes I just wish they were wrong. We will see some partial clearing tonight for your outdoor fall sports forecast. We're looking okay. At least the wind is light. We don't have the rain around. 50s down to the 40s. We've got a rainy forecast coming the next couple days. We'll walk you through it and highlight that Halloween weekend next.
On tonight's Education Station, we spotlight a national college prep program that recently added Cleveland to its list of growing locations.
Thrive Scholars aims to diversify top-tier colleges like Harvard and Princeton by making sure high-achieving students of color are not overlooked. Here's January Keaton.
Thrive Scholars started in L.A. 20 years ago, expanding to Boston, Chicago, and now Cleveland. The program takes high-achieving, low-income 11th graders of color.
They're taking the highest level classes that their school offers.
And sends them on a 6-week trip of sorts.
So that summer between 11th grade and 12th grade and between 12th grade and the first year of college, they're actually going off
to top colleges for intense learning by professors teaching math, reading, and writing to prepare the high schoolers to get into some of the most prestigious colleges in the nation after they graduate.
We're talking about the Harvards, the MITs, the Princetons.
The students' tuition paid by huge endowments the colleges set aside to diversify their student body.
And so what we're able to do is really leverage those opportunities for young people that are high achieving. They can actually attend cost-free.
Like John Hay graduate Marshall Williams, Cleveland's very first Thrive Scholar. The junior finance major has a 4.0 at Howard and says Thrive is a big part of that.
Thrive is actually genuine with it. They really want to help people. And I think that's the most important thing about Thrive.
About 50,000 low-income students of color in America have grades just like Marshall's, but many top colleges are largely white. Harvard's student body nearly half white, a little over 14% black. Princeton, 40% white, less than 8% black. Brown University, 42% white, around 6% black. And racial disparities within colleges can lead to racial disparities within careers, especially in high places.
When you look at the upper level, the upper management, the executive level, there's really little to no people of color in those roles. So what we're doing is we're putting our young people on pathways to high trajectory careers so that they are in the executive level track.
Helping young people thrive in education and career is the goal, and the sky is the limit. January Keaton, 3 News.
All right, Matt, lots to talk about today as far as this forecast goes, because people are thinking, here we go. Look at the city.
Look
at that.
Yeah, that's not what we like.
Looks great.
It's not what we like.
We have bugs and we have fog.
We do have bugs.
Super
Fausto Carmona alert. Thriving is your weather word today, in honor of those thriving students.
Good. So. I was going to say, maybe the thriving nest of mosquitoes or whatever that is on our webcam
exactly.
here for sure. But yeah, we'll get that in, Jay. I want to start with some positive. I know it's been so gloomy around here, but if you've noticed, if you've been able to see the trees through the gloom, we're getting near peak, and that is exactly what's happening across much of the Buckeye State. You can see a lot of these orange leaves that we have there. Those are areas near peak. We still have just changing colors as you get further west, and that extends back into Indiana. But the cooler nights have really helped over the last week or so, help propel those colors to come out again. Not quite as vibrant this year, but overall we're going to be dealing with some nice fall colors as we get into the weekend. Tonight, we've got those clouds around. You saw them on the webcam. We're going to clear things out. We're already seeing it happen off towards the north. Problem is, the sun's going to be down, right? So you're not going to notice. But temperatures will chill down as a result. Should make it well into the 40s tonight. So chilly start to your northeast Ohio Thursday. Here are the clouds that are locked in. Another little area of drizzle and just some mist moving in. We had that much of the morning across much of the areas from Cuyahoga County out towards Lake County. Just some stubborn moisture locked in place. But look at this. It's like that cloud overhanging the cartoon character just right over northeast Ohio. We've got 300 miles of clear skies on each side of us. Here's the nor'easter pulling away. We're now getting under the influence of this next system coming in. Water vapor shows a beautiful look at this system. We've got a punch of dry air heading in here, and out ahead of that, these storms down towards the Gulf of Mexico are thriving right now on some of that deep tropical moisture that we have coming in. And they've had some severe weather as well. For us, we're going to see the system kind of spin up like a top over the next couple days. So in terms of rainfall chances, this goes through the weekend. Tomorrow, just a slight chance of rain very late in the day. Tomorrow, I think much of the day is dry, but notice how quickly that ramps up. Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday, we're dealing with real good rain chances around here as we get into your Halloween itself. Some lingering chances Sunday morning. I think we'll dry out then, and then we deal with more rain chances as we get into next week. So pretty rainy forecasts from here. So let's show you what it looks like on the weather map. National Zymarn hour-by-hour forecast. High clouds will be coming in here throughout the day tomorrow. Temperature's going to take a bump out ahead of that system. Should make it into the 60s tomorrow, so a pretty nice afternoon. You can see the clouds holding steady throughout the day. Rain moves in late day. This is 11 o'clock. Model saying it's moving in. And then Friday, forget about it. Washout, stamp. Not going to be a nice day. We're going to be in the 50s. In terms of rainfall, we're going to have some heavier rain around here, maybe an inch or two by the time Saturday is around. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. There's the rain Friday, Saturday. Sunday will clear things out. And next week we turn cool. We'll talk more about that in the next half hour. Betsy, we'll send it back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Matt. We'll see you then. Ahead for us here on What's New, we know Cleveland has a rich history of rock and roll. But what about the musicians of the future? We have news of a competition to find the future musical stars of the land.
Wow, that's cool. Plus, our Worth the Watch spotlights a dog named Lexi. She's behind her owner there. You can see her in the background. She has an incredible skill set. Do you think that Lexi's skill is centered around fetching unusual objects, jumping, or playing dead? Think about that, and we're going to answer it in our Worth the Watch, which comes up after the break.
Hi, as you can see behind me, the stage is set for Battle of the Land. They will be opening for Bone Thugs and Harmony tomorrow.
There is so much buzz surrounding this weekend's Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction, but every big name star, Betsy, as you know, got their start somewhere.
And we're hoping a lot more people will be getting their start, because in a special edition of our Pop Break, Kara Cotton takes us inside a music competition where local artists are competing for a chance of a lifetime.
From the Grog Shop to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, there's an abundance of music history right here in our own backyard. And for the past 4 weeks, more than a dozen local artists have gone head-to-head in the heart of downtown Cleveland for Battle of the Land. But these artists aren't just competing for bragging rights. A chance to open for Cleveland legends and Grammy Award-winning group Bone Thugs and Harmony is on the line.
The purpose of it is really to connect young entrepreneurial music talent in the Cleveland community with successful, world-famous Cleveland musicians that have come before them.
The reimagined Tower City Center has served as the host for the competition, and now it's down to the final four. Blaze, Sparrow and the Lost Boys, Murr, and Free Drew will all compete tonight for the coveted opening slot.
Their opportunity to network with Bone Thugs and Harmony and to open for them and to rub shoulders with them is something that any young musician or entrepreneur would love to have. They are some of the most famous rappers on the face of the earth.
And the winner is decided by a popular vote. The competition's winner and Bone Thugs and Harmony will take the stage tomorrow night. But the fun doesn't stop there. The concert is just the first of many free shows scheduled to come to Tower City this fall.
Clevelanders love music. It's not just about rap and hip hop. It's about everything and bringing everybody back downtown.
As you can see behind me, the stage is set. The final 4 contestants are set to compete in just about an hour for that opening spot for Bone Thugs and Harmony tomorrow. Now, typically these events are free and open to the public, and all you have to do is reserve your spot online. But Jay and Betsy, I did just get word that tomorrow's concert is officially sold out.
Wow.
That's great. I think that's a great idea.
Inside Tower City, yeah, you can do it all year. I love it.
Yes, all right.
Cool. Thanks, Kara.
Hey, thanks.
All right.
Lexi, the jumping dog, is the star of our Worth the Watch. We asked, is her skill fetching odd objects, jumping or playing dead?
Wow.
And as you can see from that video there, Lexi's a jumper.
Holy free holy.
Bet she gets all the way to the top of that 5-foot fence with ease.
Jeez.
And look, then she runs over and she's on the fence.
But she stays in
them.
her yard. Like, she doesn't jump out and go chasing anything, right?
You know what? I think you're right. I hope not. But she's just the ultimate guard dog. She needs to see around the perimeter and make sure nobody's going to come and get anybody.
So cute. But look at the guys like.
That's my dog.
Yeah, good times.
That's Lexi.
All right, everybody, ahead in the second half hour of What's New. Baker Mayfield was back on the practice field today, but will he play Sunday against the Steelers? That is our top talker at 5:30. Plus, Jay goes behind the menu at a concept restaurant that has caught the attention of the New York Times. It's a lot of fun. We'll take you to Haunted House when What's New comes right back.
Hello, you're talking to me? Mic check, gotcha. I literally just put my IFB in my...
And now, live from WKYC Studios, this is What's New.
Let's get you caught up on 3 things you need to know now at 5:30. The Cleveland Guardians roller derby team has filed suit against the Cleveland Indians, which of course plans to change their name to the Guardians starting next season. The federal lawsuit accuses the baseball team of infringing on another Cleveland team's name and logo. The roller derby team says the baseball team was aware of its claim to the name and logo of Guardians, which features the winged Guardian statue on the Lorraine Carnegie Avenue Bridge. The lawsuit says the ball club did not make a reasonable offer to buy the rights for the name and co-opted it anyway. The Cleveland baseball team issued a statement within the last half hour saying, quote, "We have been and continue to be confident in our position to become the Guardians. We believe there is no conflict between the parties and their ability to operate in their respective business areas."
Right now, friends and family are walking in Amy Mihalovic's memory. She disappeared 32 years ago today. This is a live look at the 1-mile walk started at Bay Village Middle School. Organizers are taking donations, which will be used to pay for resources to help find her killer. Amy's body was later found in an Ashland County field 32 years ago.
And we have new details on the deadly shooting that took place in Alec Baldwin's new movie Rust. Investigators say they took 3 weapons from the set, along with 500 rounds of ammunition, which was a mix of blanks, dummy rounds, and likely live ammo. They're still determining how the ammo got onto the movie set. First Assistant Director Dave Halls handled the gun, gave it to Baldwin, and told him it was, quote, cold, meaning it was safe. In an affidavit, however, from the case, that same assistant director reportedly told deputies he should have thoroughly checked the firearm, but didn't. The district attorney there says it's still too early to determine if complacency reaches the level of a crime. And with that, we welcome you into the second half hour of What's New with Betsy Kling. I'm Jay Crawford. Just a terrible accident and tragedy.
It definitely is. It definitely is. Well, we do turn now to our top talker at 5:30.
Baker Mayfield, the quarterback of our Cleveland Browns, missed last week's game. It was that Thursday win. The question now is, will he be on the field Sunday when they play the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Well, obviously, the shoulder plays a major role in the decision-making on this. I got to tell you, though, as Nick Camino joins us live once again, it kind of seems like there's the doctors that have their opinion,
sure,
and then there's Baker, who has an opinion of what the doctors should be thinking.
And the coaching staff and the agent and the wife and the teammates, everybody has an opinion on this. If you're asking me, though, like, do I think he's going to play? I don't think anybody really knows yet. I think it's 50-50 whether he's going to play, if I'm going to handicap it, if I'm going to put a number on it. He wants to play against the Steelers. He was a full participant at practice today in Berea, but we just don't know yet. So we're going to kind of just have to wait and see on this. I imagine, though, as Betsy mentioned, though, the Browns coaching staff, the training staff, they're going to be monitoring him very closely as he's dealing with not only the torn labrum in the non-throwing shoulder, but a fracture as well. So if it's not Baker Mayfield, it'll be Case Keenum. Again, that's who played on Thursday, and was he great? I don't know about that, but he was serviceable. You know, he led them to a victory. He was just fine. He didn't do enough to hurt you. He did enough to get you a victory, which was nice. But Baker met with the media before practice today in Berea. We were there. Here's what he had to say.
You go out there, you're scared, you're timid. That's how you really get hurt, seriously. And so I can't do that, you know. So like I said, trying to get the strength back and be able to go as close to 100% as possible. And if that's not the case, then you know, we trust the guys we have out there. You guys saw that. We came in with a win with kind of a manufactured team, and Case did a great job.
So a lot of people have been asking, should he play? I don't know. I don't know enough of what's going on in there. I mean, I'm not a medical expert, and I'm hardly a football expert, right? I mean, it's hard to tell what's best, because the Browns do have a guy that can go out there and help you win a football game if he has to, but clearly Baker Mayfield gives you a better chance to win than Case Keenum. It's
He's your guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I know there's 2 options at starting, but I think there's a scenario that we could likely see. Let's say Baker starts.
Okay.
If he's ineffective and the coaches think it's because of the injury, they have the option to go to Case. And if Baker is cleared medically, then you start him, and or you can sit him.
Jay motioned to me, let me finish.
And you interrupted my train of thought there. Thanks, Camino. No, if Case starts, and you see this a lot, if Case starts and he's ineffective, but Baker's been cleared, they can pull Case Keenum out of the game and put Baker in.
I don't
I wouldn't rule out a mid-game change.
I don't like the revolving chairs, the musical chairs at quarterback.
No, nobody does.
What's the old saying? If you got two quarterbacks, you don't have one.
No, I'm not saying there's a controversy because clearly there is not. This is definitely Baker's team. But the option exists that if the starting quarterback is ineffective and Baker's cleared, you can make a change. Yeah. You can do that.
I think they want to try to just make sure they got one guy for the entire game. You know what I'm saying? I think they want to avoid it. In the perfect world.
That would be nice.
Because then coming
up, the starter plays well.
That's right. Whoever it is, whoever it ends up being, let's hope so. And with Pittsburgh, listen, they're coming in at 3-3. We know Mike Tomlin was fired up yesterday with the USC coaching rumors and everything. They're kind of ready to go here. They beat the Bills week 1. I think this is a solid team. I think some Browns fans have kind of written their obituary. I wouldn't go there just yet.
No.
Definitely not.
No. We've tried doing that through the years.
That's right.
They always win 10 games.
Could be the last time we see Ben Roethlisberger at First Energy Stadium ever.
True.
In all likelihood, it will be.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks, Nick.
Got it.
Well, this is the time of year that we see spiders everywhere. We're going to change directions, obviously. And these are not just the real spiders, but the fake ones, too. And spiders and many other creepy, crawly creatures are obviously associated with Halloween. So we bring in Coyote Peterson, the creator of Brave Wilderness on YouTube, and the host of a show on Animal Planet that says Halloween is a perfect time to put these creatures in the spotlight and give them the attention they deserve. The Geauga County native says the reason so many people are afraid of spiders is because we don't know enough about them.
So while they may be alien and bizarre looking, which adds to the creepy factor, it's the mysteriousness of these animals that I think lends to our own imaginations essentially running wild when we start thinking about the bad things that could happen if we interact with them.
I got it.
Okay, so he added that creatures like spiders, bats, and snakes are actually doing good things in the environment and on our planet by balancing out the pest species that we really don't want to interact with. I'm all for that. Like, yes, circle of life, hold Simba up, you got the whole thing going, right?
But you don't want to be included in that circle of life.
But I respect the spider. It's not fear. I respect that little spider.
So you don't screech when you see one. You're okay.
I'm down with the daddy long leg. I'll save the daddy long leg because the girls will get all sad if I don't. But anything else is fair game.
Oh, really?
Especially if they have hair. Sorry, I'm
so
larger.
Betsy crush a lot.
Therefore, the circle of life is coming down on you right now. Yeah, I can't do it. I'm afraid that it's like a brown recluse. There's one of those little suckers that's going to come out and then you're going to the hospital.
I'm really okay with them. I will say this, I would not let one of those, whatever species that was crawling around on Coyote's thumb there.
Okay.
I'm not going there.
If it's harmless, okay.
Yeah, but that one didn't look harmless.
Even if it's harmless and it has hair.
Oh, hairy spider dead.
Forget it.
Instantly.
Sorry.
Meet Betsy's shoe.
Or whatever I can get my hand on. Anything.
That's wonderful. My wife once yelled for me, hurry up, there's a spider up here the size of a quarter. So I killed it, I took a picture of it, and I put a quarter next to it, and I said, I pointed an arrow to the dead spider, actual size, and then I put an arrow to the quarter, reported size. It wasn't near the size of a quarter. Yeah, she said, well, with its legs, it was the quarter size.
Obviously.
No,
the legs count. I'm down with that, certainly.
Okay.
All right, next for us here on What's New, we have an update on the status of not one, but two Northeast Ohio bachelors who are vying for the heart and rose of this season's Bachelorette. Yes, Jay, it's an update for you.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm kind of into it now that we've got two local guys. Plus, I had a blast taping this week's Behind the Menu segment. It's a new concept restaurant in Cleveland where dressing up in costume is encouraged not just around Halloween, but every day of the year. My kind of place.
Who doesn't love that?
That's fun. But first, we've got to get our weather in a jiffy. Hi, Matt.
Yeah, hey guys. It's been kind of hard pressed to get the sun out around here, right? Feeling more like November. So today's jiffy is a dog going through the store looking for sunshine, much like me digging through the icons. Down here? Is it over there? Got your forecast next.
The tongue game is on point.
Hello. What is cooking in Cleveland today is a Bachelorette update, and thank you.
We interrupt this off-air Bachelorette discussion to bring you the latest on the weather forecast. Yes, Matt?
Jay and Stephanie going at it.
You now have to.
We could keep talking sports and red meat and weather, Betsy.
We were pointing out
names. Oh, he knows seasons?
Seasons?
He just asked Stephanie, has so-and-so found love yet?
All right.
Lot lines?
We're running out of weather time. Let's get going here, guys. It's been a while. My wife and I used to dabble, and then we said, you know what, this is a waste of our time. But maybe we'll get back into it. Listen, I don't want to create any more work for anyone around here. Like checklists, I like checklists, but not when the meteorologist gives it to you. But I'm going to give you a checklist tomorrow, okay? Good day for yard work tomorrow. Squeak it in, get the rakes out, get the leaves up. Good day to reset, kind of re-clean the gutters and the storm drains. And you have my permission to buy new sweatpants because it's going to get cold next week as it looks right now. That's right, I'll kick. It's a lot more fun kicking in my basement in those sweatpants. But anyway, partly cloudy skies tonight. You can see we do clear things out briefly. We've got high pressure that'll take influence over our forecast tonight and for a brief period tomorrow as well. That's why it's going to be good to get the yard work done. Clouds have been stubborn today, a little bit of drizzle. You'll have a run of the wipers as you get out towards Lorain County, greater Cleveland area as well. These clouds kind of stuck in place, just low level moisture. We've got clearing skies on both of us. Dry air coming in from the north. There's our next system down to the south. Severe weather outbreaks still ongoing across areas of the Gulf Coast. For us, this is going to sling moisture our way. Picture this, atmosphere is very fluid, right? So picture this like a bathtub full of water. You're pushing here, so you get that little spin on the northern side. That's exactly what's going to happen. We're going to spin up an area of low pressure that will last for a while. You can see it here on the water vapor satellite. You can see everything kind of flowing north here. This will eventually get some spin to it. And we're going to have some rain on Friday, Saturday as well. Hopefully we can clear it out for Sunday. Still thinking dry. So the National Design Mart big picture look. This is what the system will look like likely on radar as we get into the evening tomorrow. Notice how the rain's approaching. Much of the day tomorrow will be dry. It's late evening we start to bring that rain in. Pretty heavy rain around here on Friday as that low kind of spirals its way through. It'll become more scattered on Saturday. And then Euro says it's gone by Sunday. But some of the other models linger some of those showers on Sunday. We're going to keep it mainly dry now. Maybe an early rainfall chance, but something to keep an eye on. And then next week we open the door to some cool air. Local forecast looks like this. You can see the high clouds floating in. We'll be in the 40s tonight. Pretty chilly night. Tomorrow a nice bump in temps. We're up into the 60s, a nice southeast wind. Should be a great day. There's that rain that arrives and comes in earnest. As of right now, it looks to be heaviest on Friday for that morning rush hour. Still around in the afternoon. We could be talking 1 to 2 inches of rain before it's all said and done. And then I just had a little extra time. Want to throw some stats together. Average date of first snow around here, November 10th. It's coming up. Last 4 years, it's been in November. I don't have snow in my forecast. I know Betsy's got the 10-day at 11, but we'll let her deal with that. You didn't know more than 70. It's a good tease for tonight, right?
Throw me under the bus.
50s over the weekend. I couldn't find the icon, Betsy. It's been so long.
It's in there.
It does get cooler next week, though, folks. We're going to stay in the 40s. And, yeah, you know the drill as that air comes across the lake. Back to you guys.
So that means Betsy will be the first in this weather season to use the S word.
Always.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Matt gets the ding-dings and I get the buzzer. Loser.
It is time right now to see what's clicking in Cleveland. And for that, we're going to bring in our digital anchor, Stephanie Haney. And this is the part where Matt really pays attention because we're talking about the Bachelorette.
That's right. Matt's ears are perking up over there. And yes, I can tell you that love is still in the air for our 2 Ohio guys competing for Michelle Young's love on the Bachelorette. 32-year-old Rick Leach went on a 10-man group date themed around Michelle's teaching career. And they did have a bit of solo time, and he did end up with the rose by the end of last night's episode. And 25-year-old single dad Spencer Williams had a group date too, playing basketball with 9 other guys. He also got a rose from Michelle during the final elimination ceremony, and now there are just 19 guys left in the running. We'll update you again on where Rick and Spencer stand next week. And as we celebrate 50 years with Leon Bibb in television, he chatted with me on my 3 Things to Know podcast about what's changed and what has stayed the same.
Well, technologically, the industry's changed because of cell phones, because of, I've seen the incoming of videotape. When I started, we were in the final days of 16 millimeter film. Then we went to videotape, and now we're digital. Things have changed, and then the internet and all of that has changed everything. But some things remain the same, and that's who, what, when, where, why, and how. Reporters have to answer those questions, and whether you use a typewriter to write your story, or a computer screen to write your story, or a pen and pencil, or a quill dipped in ink, it's still, you got to answer those questions.
Leon always breaks it down so beautifully. You can find our full conversation on your favorite podcast platform and the WKYC YouTube page. That is all linked at WKYC.com/3 Things to Know. Jay and Betsy, I could listen to his stories all day. I just have to share one of them very quickly.
I would love to hear it.
He had a one-on-one interview with the president, Barack Obama.
Yes.
He said he peeked through the door. He saw him having his TV makeup put on, and Leon thought, well, I'm going to wear my TV makeup too. And then he starts putting it on, and he said to him and then President Barack Obama had a laugh over that.
Yeah. Kind of exchange makeup tips.
Mm-hmm.
Matt and I do that just about every day at 4:45.
It's a very interesting conversation.
Yeah.
In the back, so I'll let you come visit sometime. Please help me. All right, thanks so much, Steph.
See you, Steph.
This next story we just had to share with you. Dwayne, our wonderful janitor, discovered a little surprise inside the dumpster behind the station. Dwayne came into the newsroom to get help, and assignment editor Lisa and photographer Craig, this is Craig, man, look at Lisa's face, spent the next hour trying to rescue this little dude.
Look how cute. Will you?
Little.
After multiple attempts to try to scoop him out with, of all things, a shovel, he wasn't having any of it. So Craig finally built him a little staircase out of boxes. He stacked them up so the raccoon could use them to climb out, which the little fella did. Got out of the dumpster, off into the wild to live his life. We're huge animal lovers here at WKYC, so this one warmed our hearts. Look how cute.
Cute, certainly.
Their little human hands.
Stay out of the dumpster, dude.
Yeah, boy, they can meddle now.
It's the worst when you throw something in there and they're in there and they come out and you, I've had it happen before.
Pretty frightening.
It's terrifying. All right, coming up, Halloween is now just 4 days away, and Jay decided to check out the new haunted house restaurant in Cleveland Heights. He goes behind the menu and he says he was surprised by what he found.
I really was, pleasantly. And later, the celebrity who pulled over and helped a driver change a flat tire. Who do you think it is? It's our Show Us Something Good coming up. All right, we're close now. Halloween's almost here, just a couple days away. And that, of course, means three things: tricks, treats, and, of course, my favorite part, the costumes. Well, you actually get all three of these at the Haunted House Restaurant. It's in Cleveland Heights. And today, we're taking you there. We go behind the menu.
Don't be scared.
I mean, it's really Halloween 365.
To come to the Haunted House Restaurant in Cleveland Heights, a concept restaurant that opened earlier this year and has seen a steady stream of customers ever since.
Every day we have people coming in as Michael Myers, Pennywise, Ghostbusters. I mean, kids come in with the Ghostbuster pack, and I think that's something that we gave a clientele something to have all the time, and that's been amazing.
It was born out of friendship and family, really, and a concept that none of them had ever seen before, combining cool decor and delicious dishes with fun for the whole family.
Our slogan is the only thing scary is how good our food is. So that's our slogan.
I'm trying to figure out like the vibe of the clientele. So it doesn't feel like a kid's restaurant. It doesn't feel like an adult-only type restaurant. It kind of feels like this fun family vibe.
It is. So we call ourselves the Cedar Point of restaurants. So we're the amusement park of restaurants because outside of just dinner and the bar and things of that nature, it's a family restaurant. So we do have a lot of kids that come in dressed up. So that's why I think it's fun. For adults and kids, it's fun.
So right here we have our Twilight is our specialty sauce with the maple heat.
The menu is an eclectic mix, something for everyone. Yes, they even have vegan items on the menu, and they're preparing to expand.
We are adding our breakfast side of the menu starting in November 2nd, which is going to be amazing. It's all breakfast food. I mean, we have the omelets to the French toast to the egg Benedict, avocado toast and egg, crab and egg, so it's going to be pretty good.
So whether you're looking for a scary good meal right before Halloween, or you want to celebrate any other time of the year, this is a fun place to be.
You enjoy.
Thank you.
People love scary movies, so everybody just comes together as one, so it's just amazing.
I was blown away. I was blown away not just at the concept, which is unique. I've never seen anything like it. They have, I think, like 16 television monitors. A scary movie is running on each one of them all the time.
Okay.
Their business sees about 30% of the customers coming, even in July, in full costume.
That's hysterical.
Which is awesome.
I love that.
I think it'd be a fun place to go with a group.
Yes.
And everybody dresses up, but you don't know what anybody's going to be until you get there. It's been wildly successful so far. The food is tremendous. They hired a celebrity chef. I am telling you, the food will blow you away. It's not just a tricky concept. New York Times featured them in a piece last week about Halloween restaurants.
So you know somebody else is going, oh
yeah. And they have plans for other cities.
Sure.
And this one's been a huge success, so why not?
Right.
It was fun. Okay, coming up, the country superstar who's also a good Samaritan. Can you imagine if you had a flat tire and this guy stopped to help you change it? We're going to tell you who it is. It's our Show Us Something Good next.
That case. I do. How are you? Good.
Kind of see the memorial on your.
Wait, you mean the Braves?
Yes, I'm Annie Abraham here in Bay Village talking about the Amy Mihalovic case and the walk that.
Or what?
Yeah, I do. Do you have me? I have no idea. I haven't gotten that far. I didn't even know.
Yes, I do.
I guarantee you're going to like this one. Country superstar Luke Bryan is the star of our Show Us Something Good today. Now, according to Taste of Country Music, he helped a woman who had a flat tire in Tennessee. When asked if she was in shock, Potts said she didn't have time. She said he went into dad mode to get her off the dangerous road. And when he was all said and done, he paused to take a picture with her right there, the mother of two.
I can totally see him doing that.
Our producer Monique said they'd have to call the ambulance because she'd have been flat down. So not just a flat tire, but she'd be flat too.
We're out of time. Back tomorrow at 5, and we hope to see you then.
What Matters Most with Russ and Lena starts right now.
Now at 6, legal battle. A complaint over Cleveland's new name for the baseball team may end up in court after the Guardians' roller derby team takes legal action. Also, hoping to play.
If I'm in a situation where I'm going to hurt the team, I'm not going to go. So
injured but determined. What Baker Mayfield is hoping to happen come Sunday when the Browns battle the Steelers. Remembering Amy.
To honor her because she's a hero, really, and she had to face her monster alone.
Amy Mihalovic, the victim of a 32-year-old murder mystery, is being remembered tonight as investigators say they're closer to solving her case. And ready to rock. Cleveland in the spotlight this week as the biggest names in music come to town for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony. How much money could this bring to the city? Brandon Simmons takes a look.
From the WKYC studios, this is What Matters Most.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for being with us. I'm Russ Mitchell.
And I'm Lena Lai. Tonight, what's in a name? Apparently a lot for two local sports teams looking to use it.
It is over the name the Guardians. And as we were the first to report today, the Cleveland Guardians roller derby team is suing the now Cleveland Indians over their future name. Mark Namick reports.
Leaving behind a name emblazoned on its uniform since 1915, the Cleveland Indians announced in July it planned to rebrand the team next season as the Cleveland Guardians.
Everyone is working together now to keep the Cleveland Guardians in town for the next century.
The move meant to put behind the long-standing controversy over the use of a Native American name and images. But the ball club now finds itself in a new controversy triggered by a federal lawsuit. It charges the soon-to-be Guardians team is infringing on another Cleveland team name and logo. The Cleveland Roller Derby, established in 2013, filed the suit, saying the ball club has long been aware of its claim to the name and logo that features the winged Guardian statues on the Lorraine Carnegie Avenue Bridge.
Well, I mean, until a few months ago, the Cleveland Guardians meant one thing. It meant roller derby. And in July of 2021, the Cleveland Indians changed that entirely with a single announcement. They